Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Friday here at Youth Leg. It's our first day, so we got everybody in chamber right now. We just went through our special order bills. Part of what special order bills are they are bills that relate the most to my cabinet. I'm Jared Schaefer. I'm this year's youth governor, and they are the bills that relate as much to my platform. So on my platform, and what my platform is just the key subjects that I wanted to see legislation about. First on my platform was environmental issues. As a lot of people know who live in Alabama, we are on a lot of lists that state that we are pretty bad when it comes to how we treat our environment. And so in the House, actually, we had a lovely bill that was about carbon tax, and really it helped getting our environment clean and alternative ways of making paper, and I really loved that bill. So that one was one that was on special order, and it did pass through the House today, so that's good. Secondly, on my platform was Veterans Affairs. I'm not going to talk very long about it, but on my flight to DC, I was going to GovCon. After I was elected governor, I sat down next to a very nice lady and talked to her about how she was a veteran and how she had gone through many health problems in her life, and how the Veterans Affairs organization was not there for her when she was in the need of health, like she needed health care and things of that nature, and she wasn't taken care of by the Veterans Affairs. And so I'm a very firm believer that in order to be the best successful nation and state that we can be, we need to take care of the people who are taking care of us, and which are our veterans. So in the House we had our special order bill. It was House Bill number 2, and it passed as well. And that bill really did benefit Veterans Affairs, and so we really liked that one, and so we decided to put that on special order. Third on my platform was prison reform. This is something also, much like how we treat our environment, how we treat our prisoners is something that is really kind of a gray area in the state of Alabama. We have one of the worst prison systems. Our prisons are overcrowded. Our prisons are outdated, and frankly, we're treating our prisoners like they're not human beings at all. So one of my staff members was on special order. Her bill was about prison reform, and it really did take a good step to reforming our prisons. And so her bill passed through the Senate. It was Senate number
36.
Senate number 36. It was a very good bill, so I'm glad that we got that passed. And lastly, on my platform, was guns, gun control. Although we didn't really see a lot of bills on gun control, I believe we did have one in the first year chamber. I didn't really keep up much with the first year special order bills. I probably should have, but within the House and Senate, we didn't really see a lot of gun control bills. While I am in favor of the Second Amendment, when it comes to gun control, I feel like there are things that need to change in order to better our nation and better public safety. Much of what we've seen in Birmingham, as most of you know, probably there was a shooting in one of our shopping malls. It was actually Thanksgiving night. Because a person was carrying a concealed weapon, a wrong person was shot and killed, who was not actually the person who the police were looking for, but because he because he had a weapon with him that he had a permit to carry, he immediately put himself in danger, and because of that, a life was taken that shouldn't have been taken. And so, in order to further public safety, I do feel like there should be legislation on gun control. And so that was pretty much it for my platform. When we didn't see bills that were, when we looked through bills and made sure that they fit my platform for special order. Some of the special order bills weren't really on my platform, but we read through almost every bill. Pretty much, we read through every bill. Yeah, and we saw we saw bills that really caught our eye, and so those were the ones that we decided to place there that didn't fit the platform. So yeah, that's my platform, special order. Everything went good. Only one special order bill didn't pass. It's all good though. So now I'm going to introduce my wonderful staff. I love these guys. I was able to appoint all the staff members, and I am like very confident that I chose the right group. Like, I know I chose the right group. I love these people. So first I'll start with my Chief of Staff, Madeline Martin. You can just, yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Madeline Martin. I'm a senior at Spring Park High School. This is my 4th year involved in the Alley program. And a little bit about my behind the scenes is really what I do with my job. Just kind of helping Jared and being like his right hand and helping with sort of miscellaneous tasks.
Next I'll bring up my Deputy Chief of Staff, Libba Lambert.
Hello, my name is Libba Lambert. I'm from Mobile and I'm a senior at St. Paul's. This year, it'll be my 5th year participating in Alabama Youth and Legislature and Youth Judicial, but my role as Deputy Chief of Staff is to both support what Madeline's doing and support what our Governor Jared is doing. So it's a lot of different tasks and basically just backing both of them up and making sure all of our main goals are passed, and so everything just stays on task for our Governor.
I'll bring up my Director of Communications, Pavel Shirley.
Hi, my name is Pavel Shirley. This is my 3rd year at Youth Leg, and I'm a junior at Mount Rick High School up in Birmingham. As Communications Director, I had a part in organizing this press conference. I was in communication with a number of local news organizations, and I hope that they can join us at some point in this program and see everything we do here.
I'll bring up my Director of Legislative Affairs, Will Hamlet.
Hi, I'm Will Hamlet. I'm a senior at the Montgomery Academy. This is my 6th year in the Alabama Youth and Government program. So as the Director of Legislative Affairs, I ensure that the government's position is heard in chambers since the governor himself cannot debate. So I'm the governor's voice on bills and in debate.
And lastly, I'll bring up my legal advisor, Richard Keith. Excuse me.
Hello everybody, I'm Richard Keith. Most of you can just call me Richie. I'm Jared's legal advisor, which means I'm his main liaison with the Supreme Court this weekend, and I'm also here to make sure that he is, his platform and the bills that he chooses to support are not only lawful but also constitutional. Also, I forgot to mention, much the same as Madeline and Jared, I go to Spain Park in Birmingham.
Thank you, Richie. So that is my staff. As I said earlier, I appointed all of them, and they are such amazing people. All the work that they've done for me is, I cannot thank them enough, so thank you all very much. I know Ashley has some questions, so yeah, I'm ready for the questions.
So I know first year chamber probably means it's kids who are in their first year of delegations, but what exactly is the difference between the House, the Senate, and the first year chamber?
So, my time in youth and government, it's actually funny. I probably should have been in the first year chamber my first year, but I wasn't because my freshman year, it was just, I think it was like 3 freshmen that came from my school my freshman year. So I really never got to experience the first year. But everything I've heard about it, it really just like gives the first year students a chance to have a more like cozy environment, you know? Because, and I can like tell you this, when I was in the house like my first year, I definitely messed up a few times. And it wasn't like I was like, everybody looked at me and everybody was like gave me the vibe that I should be in the first year. So really what first year has there is special because, you know, your first year is, there's never going to be a year like your first year. That's when you're learning, and that's when you really need to be like taught the things about like parliamentary procedure that are absent within the House. Because in the House and Senate, they are a little bit more serious in there. It's people who have been doing this program for 2, 3, 4 years. And so the caliber of debate in those chambers, House and Senate, can be different from first year. So giving students who it actually is their first year the chance to grow along with others who it's also their first year is really something special, and that's why I love the first year chamber. And I'm like, after I get done here, I'm gonna try and make my way down there so I can watch them. But yeah, House and Senate, obviously I'm a little biased here, and I know Luckett can say the same. House is better, maybe? But like House and Senate, they're basically the same thing. A lot of debate in there. It's, as I said, it's people who have been experienced at this conference. Usually, like the track is like first year, and then House and Senate after that. So it's where like delegates who are like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years are in the House and Senate. So more or less the same thing, but first year is really special.
And the delegates that actually come to this conference, are they made up of kids from all over Alabama, and are they public or private schools, or is it everyone?
Yeah, so it's kids from all around Alabama, public schools, private schools. This year we just started our new District 5, so I was very happy about that. I was at the first District 5 meeting, so that was really awesome. Our districts cover all of Alabama, so there's really no place that's left out. And I don't know the specific schools, but a lot of new delegates are here this year. I think we have at least 4 new schools that have came this year to our conference, so we're definitely happy about that, and we really like spreading the word is what it's all about. Some people don't know about our conference in Alabama, and some people do. I know that like Spain Park and Mountain Brook bring some of like 50 kids to this conference, and so it's really all about like spreading the word and getting to those areas that are kind of out there in the state of Alabama, so we can spread our conference. But yeah, our conference is all around Alabama.
And when delegates come to these conferences, what do you think are some of the main takeaways they get from this weekend or the weekends for judicial?
You know, it's funny, I was just like, I just did a TV interview, I think. It was like WB TV, something like that. And she asked me about the same question. Really what I think students take away from this, it's hard to say, because there's so many different aspects of this conference. You know, like, you can take away knowledge of politics, you can take away personality, skill, improvement. There's so many things you can take away from this because there's so many different things you can learn. When 400, probably more than 400 high school students gather together, you really never know what's gonna happen. So being here with this many people, I think that the program really helps kids take away knowledge about politics. But when you're here with this amount of students and so many students that know so many different things, as I said in my opening speech, so many unique and so many intelligent personalities gather here together, there's no telling what you can learn from here. And I definitely know that I've learned about the democratic process, I've learned about parliamentary procedure, but I've also learned how to shake a random person's hand. I've learned how to meet somebody and really talk to them without even knowing who they are. And so I think that's the biggest thing that kids take away from this conference, is really getting the chance to talk to people that they don't know and actually find out that it's not that bad. Meeting somebody you don't know, it really isn't that bad, and especially when it's at a place like this, because the people that come here are really some of the nicest and most welcoming people I've ever met in my life. So.
And finally, what do you have planned for the coming days?
For the coming days, wow, I can't believe we're talking about the coming days. I feel like this day has just started. I was just like racing around trying to see all the cabinet members speak on these special order bills, because the way these cabinet people can speak in chamber and like talk to people is just so amazing. I love watching them. Really, like, these coming days, I just want to watch. I want to watch and see what people do, because I was actually writing my closing speech the other day here, but a thing that I noticed that I put in there is most of my time in youth and government, I've been on the inside looking out. And the way I kind of think of that is I've been on the inside of the house looking out at the people who are sitting in the gallery. So like today I was sitting in the house gallery and I'm like, this year I'm on the outside looking in. So really what I want to see is, I haven't really gotten the, you know, all my 3 years of participating in debate, I've been in the house. And so this year I am like, I'm not really assigned to anywhere, so I get to basically witness like all of the things that go into this conference. And so really what I have planned is I want to go see the Supreme Court, I want to go see the first year chamber, the Senate, and the House. I really just want to like see what all goes on here that I've missed because I've been too busy in the House debating. And so I'm really excited to see like all the aspects of this conference working together. Yeah, so thank you very much. I'm sure this is going to be a very successful conference. So far I've just been amazed at what I've seen, and I'm so happy to be here, and I can't thank you guys enough for letting me be here and letting me be here as your youth governor, so thank you.